Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Top leaders absent at the first meeting of the Winter House session. Question raised on the role of the government due to delay in formation of laws for implementation of federalism. Ikcharaz Tamang found guilty in money laundering case, found to have invested the cooperative's money in 21 companies. 3 other operators under investigation. Maldives President Mohammad Muizzu, sticking to his anti-India stand, tells the parliament the island nation will not allow any country to interfere with or undermine its sovereignty. And Team Nepal returns home after participating in the Under-19 World Cup, says reaching the Super Sixes was a big achievement. The Kathmandu District Court had issued additional 2 days of judicial custody for chairperson and managing director of CG Holdings under the Chaudhary Group, Arun Chaudhary, and 2 others who were arrested for alleged irregularities regarding the land of Bansbari Leather and Shoe Factory. However, the court has also issued directive not to keep them in judicial custody for more than 2 days. The Central Investigation Bureau, CIB, of Nepal Police had arrested Arun Chaudhary on 1st of February and received permission from the court the same day to keep him in judicial custody for 4 days for investigation. The court had given permission to the CIB today to keep him in judicial custody for additional 2 days for investigation. However, the bench of Judge Yagyaprasad Acharya has directed the CIB to conduct investigation by keeping him out of judicial custody after tomorrow if further investigation is needed. The CIB had arrested chairperson and managing director of CG Holdings, Arun Chaudhary, then chair of Bansbari Leather and Shoe Factory Ajit Narayan Singh Thapa, and operator of Chandbagh Residency Sanjay Thakur in the case related to irregularities of 10 ropenis of land of the Bansbari Leather and Shoe Factory. The winter session of the Federal Parliament began today. Addressing the beginning of the meeting of the House of Representatives, Speaker Devraj Ghimire said that schedule was to be implemented to ensure the efficient performance of the Parliament, and principles and priorities of the budget would be discussed at the ongoing session. He also expressed belief that this session would endorse significant bills. Speaker Ghimire expressed belief that the Parliament session could be made productive by internalizing the reaction and recommendations of the public. Speaker Ghimire said that the rule of law, transparency, and accountability were the foundations for modern democracy, and noted that time-based schedule was to be implemented. Meanwhile, attendance of the parliamentarians is also to be made public on a daily basis. The next meeting of the House of Representatives is slated for 11 a.m. on 7th of February, this Wednesday. Before the beginning of the 3rd session of the Parliament, senior politicians of major parties had directed their parliamentarians to prepare well and play an efficient role at the Parliament session. However, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba, CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli, and other senior politicians did not attend the first day of the winter session of the House of Representatives. The politicians have not appeared serious towards their own commitments, while they evidently lack accountability to the Parliament. 2 days before the beginning of the Parliament session, CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli had directed the parliamentarians of his party to regularly attend the Parliament sessions and not become absent. However, Oli himself did not attend the first meeting of the House of Representatives today. He was busy throughout the day at his party's district convention in Jaleshwar of Mohottari and did not consider attending the Parliament meeting important. In addition to Oli, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba also did not attend today's meeting of the House. Wedding ceremony of his son had concluded yesterday, but still did not attend the House meeting today. On Friday, Deuba himself had directed the parliamentarians of Nepali Congress for mandatory attendance at the Parliament. The directive apparently was not for himself. In addition to Oli and Deuba, Rajendra Lingden of Rashtriya Prajantra Party, Nepali Congress parliamentarians Shekhar Koirala and Bimalendra Nidhi, CPN-UML's Yogesh Bhattrai, and Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Shishir Khanal, among others, were also absent from today's meeting. Electronic attendance was arranged with the objective of ensuring efficient performance of the House of of the House of Representatives and putting an end to the absence of parliamentarians. However, the parliamentarians ignored this system on the very first day of the session, while the Parliament Secretariat also failed to ensure its efficient implementation. The Secretariat has said that many parliamentarians and ministers do not even record their attendance. The vacant seats at the Parliament seen on the very first day of the session is also a sour evidence to the irresponsibility on the part of the senior politicians and parliamentarians. Despite directing their party members to ensure mandatory attendance, they themselves have been flouting such directives. Such absence shows that these leaders are not serious about the Parliament and have sent a wrong message, which is likely to weaken the parliamentary system. It's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why has the government failed in protecting its own land? 36% voted for A, consequence of conspiracies. 31% voted for B, influence of middlemen. And 33% voted for C, government indifference. And here's today's question. What do you term the trend of senior politicians not attending the Parliament meeting? Your options are A, lack of accountability, B, feeble regulations, and C, busy politicians. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Main opposition party CPN-UML has appeared flexible in proceeding with the laws related to transitional justice on the basis of consensus from the Parliament. CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli, who has reached Jaleshwar of Janakpur, has said that the draft of laws related to transitional justice could be endorsed after some amendments. Oli, who previously was firm in his stance regarding the bill related to Truth and Reconciliation Commission, appeared soft in his approach regarding endorsement after an amendment today. Prior to this, at the parliamentary party meeting of CPN Maoist Center, party chair and Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal had said that if an agreement was not reached on the important bills, including those related to transitional justice, they would be concluded by following the required procedures. On the day of the beginning of the Parliament session, the statements from two senior leaders have hinted towards proceeding with laws related to transitional justice on the basis of political consensus. Issues related to the TRC have remained stranded for the past 17 years because of polarization among major parties. Nepal has been rated risky in the international assessment of status of actions against those involved in amassing illegal wealth. The Department of Money Laundering investigation has been stating the cooperatives had become the center of saving illegal wealth and has been identifying the movement of such funds as illegal transactions. A verdict of the special court on Sunday has certified this claim as well. Considering operator of civil cooperatives Icharaz Tamang guilty, the special court issued its biggest verdict regarding money laundering. This verdict can also serve as a precedent for other scams related to cooperatives. Established in 2057 Bikram Sambat as per the Nepali calendar, civil cooperatives was one among the largest cooperatives of the country. The cooperative, chaired by Icharaz Tamang, had adequate depositors because of the public faith on cooperatives. From the deposit of the public, Tamang took a loan of around 1 billion rupees in 2063 Bikram Sambat for civil homes. Having sold 1,100 houses under civil homes after receiving loan from the cooperative, he did not pay the loan and interest even when it had amounted to 7 billion rupees. In addition to this, Icharaz took loans of 668,400,000 rupees for civil real estate, 340 million rupees for civil apartment, and never paid back. A total of 2,190 depositors had saved their hard-earned money at the cooperative. However, after not receiving the principal and interest, 1,310 have filed complaints of around 5 billion rupees. Ultimately, Tamang, who was involved in amassing illegal wealth, was found guilty in money laundering. In the case filed by the Department of Money Laundering Investigation, the special court issued a sentence of 3 years and slapped a fine of 1,720 million rupees. This is the biggest verdict issued by the special court on cases relating to money laundering. The court has found that Tamang had taken loans from the cooperatives and had also added properties in the name of his spouse. The court has therefore slapped a fine of 1,030 million rupees against Tamang's spouse, Srijana Sakya Tamang. The court has also said that another operator of the cooperative, Keshavlal Shrestha, was involved in irregularities of 250 million rupees. Creating shell companies or transferring ownership to the name of other family members is one way of laundering money amassed through illegal methods. As per the verdict of the special court, all assets in the name of Tamang will now be confiscated to generate the fine amount. Meanwhile, Tamang is in judicial custody for the case filed by the Central Investigation Bureau CIB at the district court. A single depositor has lost up to 140 million rupees in civil cooperative. Tamang had invested such funds in 21 companies he had established under his name. Despite selling 1,100 homes and not paying the loan back, there is no certainty about the whereabouts of his wealth. The verdict issued by the special court has also laid a strong foundation for investigation into other large cases related to cooperatives. CIB is also investigating cases against all cooperatives of Shiva Shikhar, including Kedarnath Sharma, Rabindra Cholagai of Deorali Savings and Credit Cooperatives, and operators of Arjun Cooperatives. They have been alleged of embezzlement of more than 25 billion rupees. Dispute has begun between the Kathmandu metropolis and the Ministry of Urban Development regarding the free parking at Dharhara. Issuing a notice on Friday, the ministry had said that its serious attention had been drawn towards the parking facility in Dharhara and had directed the metropolis to stop the parking facility through a correspondence. Following that, Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah issued a statement in his Facebook post and clarified that the parking facility was open and would remain open at Dharhara. Saying Dharhara was inaugurated 2 years and 9 months ago when KP Sharma Oli was the Prime Minister, Mayor Shah added that asking to stop parking facility at Dharhara, citing ongoing construction works, was unfortunate. He also urged for corresponding with erstwhile Premier Oli instead of the Kathmandu metropolis. However, the Ministry of Urban Development has stated that the KMC had operated the parking facility without any consultations and has warned of shutting it down. The ministry has also said that it was not appropriate to operate parking facility as construction works of Dharhara were yet to complete. The ministry has also reminded that the facility would be under the jurisdiction of the federal government until it is officially handed over to the metropolis. The Dharhara complex is being constructed at an investment of 3.5 billion rupees by the federal government. The ministry has said that parking facility would face difficulties as works related to painting, air conditioning and electricity were remaining. Meanwhile, the KMC has said that the free parking of Dharhara would not be stopped at any cost. 92% works of Dharhara have been completed so far, while the ministry has said that it would require another 4 months for all works to complete. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces why do they think have works related to construction and upgrading of roads been delayed. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
बाटो निर्माणको लागि त सरकार कसिनु पर्यो नि
सरकार जनताप्रति उत्तरदायी भएन जसले गर्दा जनताले शास्ति भोग्नु परेको छ
सरकारले अनुगमनको बाटोलाई चाहिँ एकदमै अगाडि बढाउनु पर्छ
समयमै बाटो निर्माण गर्नुपर्छ जिम्मेवारी लिइसकेपछि र यात्रुहरूले चाहिँ सहज रूपमा यात्रा गर्न पाउनु पर्छ
सरकारले ध्यान दिनुपर्छ
राम्रो काम गर्नेहरूलाई चाहिँ पुरस्कारको व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्छ जसले गलत काम गर्छ ढिलासुस्तीको काम गर्छ तिनीहरूलाई चाहिँ दण्डको व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्छ
यो साइडको फुटपाथ पनि भएको छैन त बाटोको त कुरै छोड्दिनु
सानो पुल बनाउनको लागि 2 वर्ष भइसक्यो
बनिरहेछ नि यहाँको व्यापार यो पुलले गर्दाखेरि यहाँको व्यापार यो रोडको व्यापार सबै बन्दा छ
सडक कार्यालयको पनि ढिलाइ हो यहाँको अब जितेको मान्छे सांसद हो या प्रदेश सांसद हो या मेयर हो या वडा अध्यक्ष हो जति हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूले पहल गरेर गरिदिएको भयो भने अझै राम्रो हुन्थ्यो
दुर्घटनाहरू हुन सक्ने सम्भावना चाहिँ धेरै भयो
ठेकेदारले चाहिँ लापरवाही गरेको लाग्छ मलाई
पहिलो कुरा नागरिकप्रति जवाफदेही हुनु पर्यो
It's time now for the international update. Sticking to his anti-India stand, Maldives President Mohammad Muizzu told the parliament today that the island nation will not allow any country to interfere with or undermine the sovereignty. He said New Delhi and Malé have agreed that Indian troops will leave the Maldives by May 10, according to local media reports. President Muizzu said Indian troops on one of the 3 aviation platforms in the island nation will leave by March 10, and those on the other 2 will pull out by May 10. The 2 main opposition parties, MDP and Democrats, boycotted President Muizzu's speech. Only 24 members of parliament attended the speech, while 56 skipped it. India has 87 troops in the island nation to provide humanitarian aid and medical evacuation. President Muizzu's campaign had focused on reducing Indian influence in affairs of the Maldives, and the presence of Indian soldiers emerged as a major point of contention ever since he took over.
Sports News.
Akash Chand, who played for Nepal at the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup, understood the significance of his 5-wicket haul in the match against Afghanistan, which helped Nepal secure a crucial 1-wicket win after the match was over. Speaking with journalists at the Trivandrum International Airport after returning home today, Akash said that the moment when Nepal qualified for the Super Sixes round was unforgettable. Afghanistan were bundled out for 145 runs after Akash picked 5 wickets after giving away 34 runs in his 5 overs. On the basis of his performance at the World Cup, Chand has also secured his spot in the senior squad for the one-day international ODI series against Canada. Meanwhile, Team Nepal had secured their spot in the Super Sixes, where they played India and Bangladesh after Subhas Bhandari hit the winning boundary. He also picked a fifer against Bangladesh. Despite being sad at failing to secure a win for the team, Subhas noted that progressing to the Super Sixes stage was a major achievement. Hemant Dhami, who had lost the World Cup because of an injury, had also reached the airport to welcome the squad. Team Nepal had lost to Bangladesh and India in the Super Sixes before crashing out of the tournament. In the group stage, Nepal had lost to New Zealand by 64 runs.